That's just one issue. There's another issue. In Zimbabwe, when we got independence, 30% of the whites that were in Zimbabwe were white South Africans.
30%?
30% were white South Africans.
Hectic.
And most of them were actually intelligence officials from the apartheid system.
You're saying, sorry, 30% of white people in Zim?
Yes.
Before people are
At
like
independence.
people are saying 30% of the population. 30% of the white population in Zim.
Yes.
Was white South Africans.
Was white South Africans. All right? So you're looking at about 30% of about 220,000 people.
Sure.
Those guys were in industry in Zimbabwe. They were in the military in Zimbabwe. They were in the Air Force in Zimbabwe. So when we get independence, we leave them there in the name of reconciliation. Because we want to show that we were fighting a system. Guess what they do? The very first year of independence, white guys who were in the Zimbabwean Air Force went and bombed 40% of Zimbabwe's aeroplanes. New planes that had been bought from the British. And this was to help the apartheid government destroy Zimbabwe's Air Force so that it would not resist them in the air when they start having wars within the region. Not only did they do that, they go to a barrack that we call Nkomo Barracks. Nkomo Barracks had our weapons. They went and destroyed a good amount of those weapons. They bombed them. They went to KG6, another military base. They tried to bomb military equipment there, and they tried to do the same thing at Cranbourne Barracks. Now, and then while they're doing that, they went to bomb ZANU-PF headquarters trying to kill Robert Mugabe and his entire cabinet. These were whites in the system who we left there.
Are you saying it's white South Africans or just the white people?
It was white South Africans and Rhodesians, white Englishmen.
Okay.
Immediately when all this happened, what would happen is that the moment that they were caught, they would be put into prison. The people who'd be investigating them are white officers, white detectives. Guess what would happen in 2-3 days' time? South Africa would send a private jet. It would land. This guy would say, I'm taking the prisoners for interrogation. And then they'll take the prisoners. And then they take both the investigator and the whites into South Africa. And in South Africa, they came in here, they went into intelligence, and they went straight into the, the army. What am I trying to say to you? I'm trying to say to you, you have still got the reconciliation that Zimbabwe did at the beginning here in South Africa. In your army, these people exist. In your Air Force, these people exist. In ESCOM, they're the one running ESCOM. They're destroying these things. So ask yourself, what are they going to start doing one day?
But you still want us to vote for the ANC, though.
No. If you don't vote for the ANC, who else are you going to vote for? For the same people who destroy your aeroplanes if the ANC is in charge, or the ones that want to control those aeroplanes?
This is why people don't want to vote, because you're almost making it seem like you're voting between dog shit and chicken poo.
ANC has got the power to make the change.
But they're not. So 30 years later.
Had they learned the lesson from Zimbabwe?
But they haven't.
No, hold on. Had they learned the lesson from Zimbabwe, at ESCOM they would have known that we cannot have the enemy. And remember, the enemy you have here is a criminal enemy. They are like Nazis who were left in power. They are like they're like Nazis who were left in power. If you remember, to rebuild Germany, they had to arrest the Nazis and the criminals of the Nazi empire to restart and the rebuilding of Germany. They didn't reconcile with them.
Sure.
That's what should happen in South Africa.
We are peaceful people. Believe in Ubuntu.
You can't believe in Ubuntu with a criminal. These criminals are criminals against humanity, the highest form of criminality. You've allowed them to control the media and to control your minds. But in Germany, they immediately criminalized Nazis. And if any Nazi went on radio and tried to advance Nazi propaganda, they would be arrested today in Germany. They'll be arrested in Israel. Why are you allowing Nazis, apartheid criminals, apartheid apologists, to be the ones who run your radios, your television stations? Why haven't you criminalized them? Because if you don't, they will perpetuate their crimes against humanity through the system. That's why they removed the Nazis. That's why they killed them. That's why they hung them.